Last 30 seconds of meditation. Let's show gratitude to Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji for giving us this amazing platform of Pyramid Spiritual Society movement. Let's show gratitude for this amazing group that we have. We are all in the spiritual path, that we can go one step ahead of where we are right now by doing Swasthayam. Gently place your palms on your eyes. At the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly blink your eyes and open them. And have a beautiful smile on your face. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Namaskar, everyone.
Hi, Dineshji.
Namaskar, namaskar.
It's good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Today, Disha is going to do chapter 9, You Forever. And she is very well prepared. And she has done presentation 2 for us. So that way it will be easy to understand. Disha, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah. Namaste, everyone. Hello. My name is Disha, and I really feel gratitude for Madhviji and for Pitama Patriji. I am very new to this, but it seems like it was my path and I got it late, but it's okay. At least I got that. And since I think it's my 45th day being with the PSSM, but it seems like I've been ever there. And I know there's a long way to go. So thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity. Madhvi Garu, if you can share the screen and
Sure.
we will. So we are doing the Swadhyaya session for You Forever, and its Hindi meaning is connected with me more. It's called Tum Shashvat Ho. And there's a Hindi version of that also. It's being done by the PSSM only. In this book, we have this is the chapter 9 we are doing, and we have done till chapter 8. I just gave you a little preview for that what we have done it till now. So at the first chapter, the author has told about he explained how we are light being. Everybody saying we are energy being, we are light being. He has explained it because we are made of molecules and then atoms, and atom is subdivided by photons, and photons are what? They are the light particle. So that's how it's being proven that we are light being. Then in chapter second and chapter third, he has explained about the etheric cord and silver cord, etheric body and silver cord. In lesson 4, 5, and 6, he has explained about the aura and he has explained about the colors of the aura. In lesson 7, we have experimented with aura and etheric body, and there were lots of experiments given in the book, and there are other experiments also online available. We did it all together also. In the last chapter, he has emphasized on the word that is thought, and he has said that thought is where you want it to be. And with that only single word sentence, he is explaining the whole chapter. This chapter 9, it's about the astral travel. And he's saying with that word, the sentence, thought is where you want it to be. We'll do an experiment how to really travel astrally. Okay. And he has called it as the elementary astral travel. Means like how we will come how we will come from out of our body. And that is a very fascinating topic for me. I know I was trying this from so many long, but I didn't get it. But I know once I'll practice more, I will get it. So I'll just read out something here. uh, Thought is where you want it to be, outside of you. If you want it so, let us have a little practice. Here again, you will need to be where you are. Now he's describing like how we are going to do this practical for astral traveling. And because this is a very beginning of it, that's why he has told in the later chapter that it is elementary astral travel. So first requirement is you have to be quiet in a very quiet room, and where nobody will come and distract you for particular time. Am I audible now? Am I
Yes,
clear?
yes.
Okay. So now I'll read what he's saying, like what we have to do. He's saying you must be alone, you must be relaxed, and we suggest that for ease you lie down, preferably upon a bed. Make sure that no one can intrude you or ruin your experiment. When you are settled, now he's saying once you are settled down, concentrate on your breathing. Breathing slowly, thinking of this experiment, concentrate. Now I'll explain what he's saying, but here one thing is there. We are doing the anapanasati meditation here. So in that, we are sitting and we are crossing our legs, we are crossing our hands. But for this astral travel, the author is suggesting we should lie down and we should not cross our hands, and we have to keep our legs open. Like we have don't have to cross our legs. That is a different thing from our anapanasati. Uh, uh, Madhvikaru, next slide. So he is saying lie down, and then above 6 feet, concentrate on a one point, and you have to just relax. The main point is you have to relax. You have to breathe slowly. The same thing we are doing on the Anapanasati meditation. Now he's saying that breathe slowly, thinking of this experiment, concentrate on a point 6 feet in front of you, close your eyes, concentrate, and will yourself to think that you, the real you, the astral you, watches your body from 6 feet away. Now you have to, from that feet point, you have to think that you are seeing your body. And he's saying, think and then practice. Make yourself concentrate. Then, with practice, you will suddenly experiment a slight, almost electric shock. You will see your body lying with your eyes closed, some 6 feet away. Now, he has explained one or two methods in this chapter. This is the first method. Uh, this will not happen immediately because I am practicing this. I have felt lot of things which we are going to discuss in the chapter, but I know this is the beginning. This is how we can go for the astral travel. Now, if I read another book in that the author has explained another method. In that he has explained the same thing, just lie down and relax, relax. The main thing is that relaxing. Relax and then see a big mirror above your body, around the same 6 feet or 2 or 3 feet above, a big mirror, and then you see yourself, you see the image of yourself. Try to see in that mirror. So that's what I put in this. That is the book. In another book, it has been explained a lot about the astral travel. So this was the one method in that book that is also the same thing, but the just little bit difference is there. So another slide, please. So now author is saying that when we practice it, The main thing is we have to practice, practice, and practice. At first, it would be a quite an effort to achieve this result. You may feel as you are inside a big rubber balloon, pushing and pushing. You push and push and strain, and nothing seems to happen. It almost seems to happen. So I know this feeling because I when I'm doing the meditation, even the anapanasati, I have not tried this lying down. Even I'm not trying during the anapanasati meditation. It happens itself. Like I feel that something is happening, something is coming out, something I feel it, but it did not happen. I know the reasons of that, and which we are going to discuss in the further chapter, like why that happened. So the first thing is that is uh, you don't have to be alarmed for that. You don't have to be frightened of the things. The fear is the biggest culprit for this astral travel, and I know that I have the fears of unknown, and that's what the author is trying to explain it. Like if you are in fear, you will not able to do it. So now he's explaining the first method which we have discussed, like how we like when we are keep trying and trying, then at last suddenly you burst through, and there is a slight snapping sensation, almost as in fact puncturing a child's toy balloon. Do not be alarmed. Do not give away of fright, because if you remain free from fright, you will go on and not have any trouble whatever in the future. But if you are afraid, you will bounce back into the physical body. And that's what I felt it. I am afraid and I feel like I'm again in my body. Is the same thing. I feel like something is coming out, and then I know my fears, unknown fears, what are they, and I'm trying to overcome those. Um, but now the author is giving these all experiments, and it's easy for us to literally concentrate. And these are simple, easy steps we can follow, and we can do that. Now he's saying if you are you got frightened and you are come back in the body, please don't try at the same time. Like you should that time take some rest, go for sleep, and first get that sleep and then try it back. But it is better you try it the next day, not on the same day. That's what the author is trying to say. Now, let us imagine that you have got out of your body with this simple, easy method. Yes, this method is very easy and simple. So, let us imagine that you are standing there looking at your physical component and wondering what to do next. So now author will explain, okay, you have come out of your body. Now you are able to see your body. It is lying on the bed. Now author is saying what we'll do next. So he has given lots of things, lots of examples what to do. And next slide, please. So the author is saying, do not bother to look at your physical body for the moment. You will see it again quite often. Instead of this, what you have to do, think yourself like you are a soap bubble, a lazily drifting soap bubble. Just like a soap bubble has no weight, nothing, and is just drifting with the flow of the air. Same way you feel that you are a soap bubble. You do not even weigh as much as the soap bubble now. You can now when we are out of the body, we may get some kind of fears that, oh my god, I will not fall down or I will not get hurt. So the author is giving us like telling us what is there. Let your physical body rest at ease, and you will of course have dealt with that before freeing your astral from this fleshy sheath. You will have made sure that your flesh body was quite at ease. Now he's giving some precautions when we are out of the body and now we are feeling weightless and we are drifting like a soap bubble. He's saying that when you are lying down, your body, the physical body, should be at ease. The reasons there are, he's saying, because what happened, he's saying, you will of course, you will make sure that the flesh body was quite at ease. Unless you took this precaution, you may find when you return to it that you have a stiff arm or cricked neck. Be certain that there are so that's why he's saying there is nothing like wrong, nothing wrong will happen. It's only when we are returning from our astral travel to the body, if body is not at the ease, we may feel some kind of strain, some kind of pains, stiff arm, cricked neck. That is only the reason he's saying. And also he's saying just be aware of the rough edges. Maybe there are some rough edges after the near about your body, and later on you would press into a nerve. So these are the precautions he's saying. And then what happened, you may cause pins and needles later when you come into your astral body. So that's very important to make sure that your body is absolutely at ease before making any attempt to leave it for the astral body. Now what? Once you're out of body, you can flow like a bubble. You can drift. Let yourself float in the room you are lying. Ideally move round if you were a soap bubble, drifting or vagrant air currents. Explore the ceiling and the places where you could not normally see. Become accustomed to this elementary astral travel, because until you are accustomed to idealing about in the room, you cannot safely venture outside. Next slide, please. So now he's saying, let us try it again with somewhat different. This was the first method he has given, and later in the another slide, we'll see he's showing the next method. Now he's saying this astral travel affair is very easy. There's nothing to it as long as you allow yourself to believe that you can do it. Under no circumstances, under no conditions should you feel fear, for this is not a place for fear. So that is what I told you, that I'm trying this, and whenever I feel like I'm coming out of body, the fear of unknowns comes, and I am jump back to my body. So that's what he's trying to say. There is no place for fear. If fear is there, you will not be able to do that. So first we have to work on our fears, whatever fears we have in our unconscious or subconscious or even in a conscious mind, we have to work on it. Now, as he has said that when we are coming out of the body, we feel like a bubble. There is no weight, because weight is there in the physical body. Because for the astral body, the gravity doesn't work. So even if you are out of body, you are not going to fall down. You are not going to. So don't fear about that maybe you will fall down or something, because the gravity is not working for the astral body. Next slide, please. Mm, Now in astral travel, we are actually he's saying that there is no fear, because astral travel actually is a journey to freedom. It is only when, and now once who had already experienced the astral travel, they know that um, even when we are in the body, then we feel that so we feel more weight and we feel imprisoned, and also we feel that like we are in a clay something. So I would love to do that one day. I will definitely feel, and I will see the how the freedom works over there. So that is the thing author is saying, and he's trying to ease us that there is no need to fear. When we are astral traveling, there shouldn't be any fear for that. So that's what I have written here, that when you are in the back in the body, you feel imprisoned, you feel encased in clay, you may feel weighted down by the heavy body and this physical body which will not respond to the spiritual commands. So that is the thing where we can drop our fear with these all the author has mentioned the things. There is no place for fear in the astral travel. Fear is quite alien to it. Next slide. We are going to repeat astral travel directions under slightly different wording. Now, as I told you, he has given you a couple of methods. So this is the second, I have explained the second method, which I have read in the another book. This is the third method he is giving. Like it's the very similar, but little bit differences there. What he is saying, you are lying flat on your back on the bed. You have made sure that every part of you is comfortable. He is again and again saying these precautions which we have to take for any experience, any kind of experience here. You have to make sure that every part of yours is comfortable. There is no projections sticking into nerves. Your legs are not even crossed, because if they were at the point where they cross, you might have a numbness after, just because you will have a interfered with the circulation of the blood. Now rest calmly, contently. There's no disturbing influences, nor are you worried. Think only of getting your astral body out of your physical body. And relax yet more. Imagine a ghostly shape corresponding roughly to your physical body, gently disengaging from the flesh body and floating upwards like a puff ball on a light summer's breeze. Let it rise up. Keep your eyes closed otherwise. For the first 2 or 3 times, you may so startled that you will twitch, and the twitch may be violent enough to reel in the astral to its normal place within the body. People frequently jerk in a peculiar manner just when they are falling asleep. This is the thing which I wanted to share here. This frequent jerk I felt even when I was not knowing anything about the astral body. And not only for myself, I have felt for my husband also. And it's very clearly written here, and that's the same experience I had. It's a very peculiar jerk, and it is. Uh, and it is mentioned in the book that everybody does the astral travel during the sleep, knowingly or unknowingly. That's a very different thing which I come to know, that without our knowledge we are doing that. It is saying that we have already stated nearly everyone does astral traveling by night, even if so many people do not consciously remember their journey. But back to our astral body again. Think of a astral body gradually, easily separating from the physical body and drifting upwards to about 3 or perhaps 4 feet above the physical. There at rest above you, swing gently. So the picture is explaining, it's quite explainable here, that you have to lie down and you have to focus and you have to see the same shadow kind of thing is or the same as your body is structure is same. The shadow is moving upwards around the 4 feet. You have, and the key point is you have to relax and you don't have to fear for anything, and definitely you will feel that yes, you can see the astral body. The body is floating above you, possibly swaying a little and connected to you. Now, here he is explaining that when the astral body is coming out of the physical body, it is connected with a silver cord which goes from your umbilicus to the umbilicus of the astral body. Now, he is giving some these warnings that do not look at closely, because if you are looking at the closely, you are coming back to your body. So that precaution you have to take it. Suppose you heed a warning and do not twitch, then your astral body will remain floating above for some moments. Now take no action at all. Hardly think. Breathe shallowly for this in your first time out. Remember, your first time consciously out, you have to be careful. If you are not afraid, if you are not, if you do not twitch, the astral body will slowly float off. It will just drift away to the end or the side of the bed, where quite gently, without any shock whosoever, it will gradually sink. So that now, when our body is floating, he's saying that how we have to do, what the next thing we have to do, we have to try to land now to the floor. We are not touching the floor when we are in the astral body, but we'll uh, about the floor we come. And please, next slide. Now what is saying, if it will gradually sink in, that the feet touch or almost touch the floor. Then the process of making a soft landing over your astral will be able to look at your physical and relay back what it sees. Now you can see your physical body lying on the floor. You will have a quite discomforting sensation of looking at your own physical body. And we point out now that now he's giving some kind, like when we are in the astral body and we are looking at the physical body, he say we'll not may not feel comfortable. As he has given an example here, when we are hearing our own voice in a recorder, and we are not able to believe that it's our voice. We are saying no, it's not me. Some there is some glitch in the recorder, or somebody has make a fun of me, or like he's just so that's what he's saying. Do you remember when you first heard your voice? Have you heard your voice on a tape recorder for the first time? You may have frankly disbelieved that it is your voice. You may have thought that someone was playing a trick on you, or that that recorder was faulty. So the first time you hear one's voice, once disbelieves it, one becomes applaud and mortified. But wait until you see your body. Now he's saying when you are looking at your body, what will happen? You see your body for the first time. You will stand there in astral body with your consciousness quite fully transferred to your astral body. You will look down upon your reclining physical body. You will be horrified. You will not like your shape of the body, nor the complexion. You will be shocked at the lines on the face and by the features. And if you advance a little further and look into your mind, now you're seeing when you are just reflecting back on your face, as a human nature, we'll not like our own things, which we have. So, and then he's saying this is not only about the body. When you look into your mind, then he's saying you will see certain little quirks and phobias which may even cause you a jump back into your body out of sheer fright. So this can happen when once you are out of body, you can come back at this point. But he's saying, suppose your sermon, this first frightening meeting with yourself, what then? Now we are out of the body and we have room around in our room. We have reached to the ceilings. Now what to do? So he is telling that after coming after this astral travel, coming out of the body, you should think to visit somebody you know, a close friend or a relative which is living nearby your place, maybe a nearby city or nearby subdivision or somewhere. Then think about it to visit that person. uh, now he has given some kind of steps like how you have to do, and at the beginning how what we have to do. You may decide where you are going, what you want to do, what you want to see. The easiest system is to visit some person with whom you are well acquainted, perhaps a close relative who lives in a nearby city. First, it should always be a person that you frequently visit, because you have to visualize the person in considerable detail. You have to visualize where he or she lives and perhaps how to get there. So he's saying you have to go by the same way where you are going in a physical body, because you have to visualize that thing. Uh, so it would be better where you are already familiar with the environment. You should also remember the person's face also, whom you are going to visit. Now, what he's saying that when you um, are out on the road, like come out of the house and or you are on the road, don't worry, nobody is able to see you in your astral body, so don't worry about that. And second thing is that don't think that you are going slow. That's what this picture is showing you, that it is saying you can go as fast as the fastest car. So you are just almost flying, you are just going at the highest speed. So these things he is mentioning here. So I'm just going to read that. He's saying, leave your room, move to the street in the astral, of course, but do not worry, people cannot see you. Transverse the path which you would normally take, keeping fixed before you the image of a person whom you want to visit, how to get there. Then, very, very speedily, far more quickly than the fastest car could take you, you will be at your friend's or relative's house. With now, once this is the one experiment you can do. Now, the author is describing after doing this, after visiting your friend astrally, what next you can do. So he's saying you can go anywhere. You can go to seas, oceans, you can visit the mountains, with will be no bar and there's no obstacle to your path. The land of the world and the cities of the world will be yours to visit. So he has explained two methods, and he has explained that if once you're out of the astral body, what you can do, you can roam the room and then you can go to your friend's place. Next slide. Some people think, oh, supposing I go, and now there are some fears people can get, even out coming out of the astral body, coming out of the physical body. Sorry. So they may think that, oh, what if I go and I cannot come back? What then? The author is saying you cannot get lost. It is quite impossible to get lost. It is quite impossible to harm yourself or to find that your body has been taken over. Yeah, this is so funny that he's saying that maybe you are lying there and because there's no movement in the body, and he's saying maybe somebody will take your body. So it's not possible, and he's explaining why it is not possible in the next paragraph. What he is saying that if somebody comes near to your body while you are on the astral travel, the body relays a warning and you are reeled in back at the speed of thought. So it will not take any microsecond. If somebody comes to you, you will come back to your body. So you don't have to fear for these unnecessary things like what will happen and what is there. So he's saying just go for your experiment. You will come a realization of all your hopes, all your ambitions in the realm of astral travel. Now, when you are in the astral stage consciously, now he's explaining that when you are in astral travel, what different experiences you will have when you are traveling physically, all these things. So he's saying, first you will see colors more brightly than you do in the flesh. Then he's saying everything will shimmer with life. You may even see particles of life about you like sparks. That is the vitality of the earth, and you pass through it. Like it, when you are getting all that vitality of the earth, you will be feeling more strength and more courage after the astral traveling. So these are the good things about astral traveling, and they can encourage us to do the more astral traveling. Difficulty is this: you cannot take, now he is giving some drawbacks here. What are the drawbacks during the astral traveling? He's saying that you cannot take anything with you, and you cannot bring anything back. Once you are traveling all the mountains, oceans, you can maybe seeing something precious, but you cannot bring it back, of course. So, what he's saying that it is of course possibly under some conditions, and that this comes with much practice only, that you materialize in front of a clairvoyant. But it is not easy to go to a person and carry out a diagnosis of their health condition, because you really need to be able to discuss things like that. Now he's saying that what you can do, like you cannot bring anything, you cannot take anything, but he's giving some of the ideas which you can do. He's saying that you can go to a shop and look over their stock and decide what you want to go and buy the next thing. This is quite permissible. Often, when you visit a shop in astral, you will see the flaws and shoddiness of some of the goods which are high priced. So when you are astral and you want to return to the physical, now these are the things he's saying we can do the window shopping when we are astral traveling. Uh, and next slide. Now he's giving points here, like when we are we have traveled, we have done the shopping, like just astral shopping, and now we have to come back to our body. So he is explaining what we have to do when you are an astral and you want to return to the physical. You should keep calm. You should let yourself think of the flesh body. Think that you are going to go back and that you are going to get in. As you think this, there will be a blur of speed, and there may even be an instantaneous shift from wherever you were to a spot 3 or 4 feet above your reclining body. So now, when we are coming back, we have to just think calmly that we are going into the body. As soon as you think, you are returning the same spot where you find that your astral body has come out of, and it was just drifting above your physical body. You will find that you are there drifting, undulating slightly, but as when you left the body, let yourself sink down slowly, very slowly. It must be slowly, because now there are two different body, astral body and physical body. They have to sink in between when we are landing here. So that's what he's explaining it here. It should be very slow. It should be let yourself sink slowly, very slowly. If you are not going slowly, then these two body has no synchronicity. And if you do it right, and if you are doing it very calmly, then your both bodies will be in a sync, without any jar, without any tremor, without any sensation other than the body is cold and heavy mass. Now, if you do it in a clumsy way, you should exactly, you will be not aligning at the same, the body, both bodies, the physical and the astral bodies will not get the same alignment. And what if someone, maybe like somebody has come and this landing has not been done quietly, slowly, maybe it has been done very intense, like by interruption, then what will happen? You may find that you have some headache, a kind of migraine, like you feel after the landing. In case that, and suppose if you get that headache, the author is saying what precaution you have to take. You have to go for a sleep or force yourself out into the astral again, because until your two bodies are back in exact alignment, you cannot get rid of that headache. It, and he's saying there is nothing to worry, because a quite definite cure is, like, suppose this happened, like, our landing is not smooth, it's nothing, you will slightly get headache, and you just go for a sleep for some time, and uh, maybe you can try your astral again. You may find that back in your flesh body you are stiff. And now he's explaining that once you are, the everything has been done very correctly, you have landed it back. Now what are the feelings you feel after coming to your body? Next slide. So he's saying, as he has explained it before, that when, until and unless you are not doing the astral travel, you may be frightened, but once you will be able to do it and see the beauty of that, you will start loving it. Now he's saying that if you find that back in a flesh body you are stiff, once you are in a body, you may find that your flesh body, you are feeling a stiffness into it. You may find that the sensation is much the same as putting on a suit of clothes which get wet the day before and now is still wet and dank. Until you get used to it, it is not altogether a happy sensation coming back to the body. You will find that the glorious colors which you have saw in the astral world have dimmed. Many of the colors you will not see at all in the flesh. Many of the sounds that you heard in the astral are quite inaudible. When in the fleshy body, when you are in the fleshy body, these other drawbacks will happen after you come back. But never mind, you are upon earth to learn something. And when you have learned that, which was your purpose in coming earth, you will be free of the ties, free of the bonds of earth. And when you leave your fleshy body permanently with the silver cord severed, you go to the realms far above that of the astral world. Now practice this astral traveling, practice it and practice it more. Keep away all the fears, for if you have no fear, then there is nothing to fear, no harm come to you. So you will get only pleasure with the astral travel. So this is the chapter 9 about the astral travel. I hope you have all enjoyed that astral traveling chapter, and it's a good method. It's very easy method. He has explained. The author has explained. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Disha. It was very well explained what
Thank
to
you.
do and how to do. Uh, nice, very nice.
Thank you.
And yeah, when I was reading the chapter, I was like, oh, like I felt like cool, like in the sense, sometimes the kid want to go somewhere and then you can do it by astral travel. I hope we all can do that someday. And I wanted to share my experience today morning, just before the class or in the morning after my meditation. I was trying to uh, do this experiment. And in the beginning, like when you think about that your astral body is going to come out intentionally, you have that kind of fear. And I think the author also has explained so many times that you should not fear about it. And I think it's more like when you intentionally want to do something, and if you are not used to do it, there is always a kind of fear. And like again I went back to breathing and relax myself, like 3 4 times I kind of told myself to do that over and over again. And uh, I guess like when I was just focusing on at certain point of 6 feet, like you just visualize, right? I could see something that is tingling on my belly button, but nothing has happened. I think more of like there is a fear that is in you that completely has to go. I think, as author said, and Disha also mentioned, like you have to practice and practice and practice, then maybe eventually we will get that, as we are doing this, guys. Because this is a great platform for us to get motivated and to get trying these things over and over again. I mean, we may think that, oh, it's not, we are not able to do now, we can do it later. That later never comes. If we are not doing now, or if you're not experimenting now, then that later will never come, because we all have group energies and we are all connected and we are doing these chapters every week. So make time for yourself, and then, start at least like once or twice, like if we start doing it, then at least, like we may be successful or we may not be successful, but at least you, in your mind, you feel that you have tried it. When there is an opportunity, you tried it. Maybe if you're successful, that's great, and if you're not successful, you will learn something from it. And then in the future, like these are the lessons that you will have to uh, practice again. But that is what I wanted to tell you guys. So if anybody wants to add anything to this, please do.
Yeah, it is good for all ladies here to go and do the window shopping and come back and get back.
Very true, Dinesh ji, very true. Or if you want to think that, oh, what is my
You
friend
mean good for
thinking
COVID
about
times?
me?
It's good for COVID times.
Yeah, because stores are not open sometimes. Yeah,
So I would, yeah, go ahead, Jineshi.
I like to go from US to the Badrinath or Kedarnath in my flying this way. It's possible, or it can happen.
Yeah, it will be really nice.
I want to
Yeah.
add something here. Like as we are listening the all the experiences with our fellow meditators, and they travel without any effort. Every, like, I listen every day the experiences. They say we visited, like the Dinesh was saying, to visit the Badrinath. They all say we visited Amarnath, Kedarnath, and all that and whatnot. Like everybody say, and for them this is effortless and without any, they, even they did not know they are doing, and after like when they are sharing, then they come to know this is astral travel and we are trying hard. And that's why we are not able to do, because we are putting hard efforts. That's what I like this chapter. Like we don't have to put the hard efforts, we have to do something relax, we have to be relaxed for that. Yeah.
Agreed. Very true, Disha. I think, as we all know, in the sleep also we do astral travel, but that is just like seamless. But here, like we are conscious and then doing it. So yeah, Archana, go ahead, Archana.
Yeah, hi, good morning. This is the proper way of entering into the discussion. Thank you, Disha. Thank you so much. And the side thing was really good, very appreciable. Easy for us to comprehend for us, like newbies, when it comes to such topic. So, yeah, when you're talking about like reading this chapter, in fact, you'll not believe I was kind of, even I was scared to even read this chapter, leave alone trying it out. So it was like as if it was like a fiction, it was like as if I'm reading some fiction. What's coming next? What's coming next? It was that kind of experience. It was hard to digest also, but since we have been hearing this so often, being in this field since last 1 year, and many people are from beforehand. So we have been listening to this astral travel or astral world in many places. In fact, if most of us friends who have read about the autobiography of a yogi, so we can clearly remember. You remember the two instances when one at one place Yukteswarji taps on the forehead, at other place he taps on the chess. That's also, I personally felt that was also a kind of astral traveling only, because there also I remember Yogananda ji, referring very clearly to the, him traveling through the streets, known streets, seeing the known people. So perhaps they didn't give the word. I mean, I don't remember it exactly. They didn't give the word astral traveling, but I guess that was it. And also, one of my known friend in another group, she was mentioning that like she experienced this even way before she came into all these things, like into the meditation or anything. She said, I clearly remember doing this, but I was so feared that I didn't want to go ahead. She thought like she's no more. I'm no more, I'm dead, and I'm feeling all these things. So she was telling me, if only I would have known about this concept of astral traveling back in those days, probably I would have let myself be free, go and explore even further. So that was really amazing thing, because a lot of people, they go through it or experience that not knowing that this is what is called as astral traveling. Or that's so amazing, that um, uh, probably that would be like, they're more in tune with or yeah, their frequency is high, whatever, like from their past gen or whatever xyz. But they're able to do it so easily, not knowing that they're doing it. And they were saying, and she was saying, if only I would have known, it would have been even more pleasure to do that, and I would have done it more often. um, Knowingly I would have done, like I would have attempted to do it rather than it happening on fluke.
Right.
So that was things which I, and also like, okay, I was scared to read, I completed the chapter. So yeah, it's a time to, probably I can try. Not sure if we can get that, that ample time without any disturbance at home when everyone is at home. So yes, but whenever it's feasible, I would surely give it a try. But to think, it's a little bit scary. And as such, I don't have fear of anything whatsoever. But we never know. But what something unknown comes, and we don't know how our body or how our mind will react to it, right? As such. So we never know. Even for example, if you're in deep meditation and you got a jerk or you feel a kind of lightness of the body, you feel even scared of that. So
Right.
we never know our body in which way it'll react to things which are not known to us consciously. So apart from that, I'm actually not fearful of anything. But let's see. So pretty much
Actually,
that's it.
talking of fear, Archana, I think what it
Huh.
is the first time when we do it, I think, or
Mm-hmm.
first time when we try it, I think it's always the conscious mind is always there. I think if we keep
Yeah,
on trying, that fear kind of subsides, and then
subside.
we will be more open to things. As you said before, like when I was young, I don't know when I was like young, I remember like so many times I went, like I could feel that my body went out. I was We were living in a house, so I mean, obviously you live in a house, but in my mom's
Point to
house
be
and
noted.
mom's house. So at
Okay.
that time, like I could feel like there is an opening, like kind of a window kind of thing, like on the top of the just before the ceiling. So I used to
Uh-huh.
go like that, and then I used to squeeze in, and then like, and I used to go back and
Wow.
go and then fly, and then I used to feel very cold, and then I used to come back. So many times I got the dream over and over again.
That's
Now, like when
amazing.
I think back, maybe that is what I was doing. And then one more time when I was meditating without my intention,
Knowledge, conscious
I could
knowledge. Yeah.
feel myself, like seeing myself, like, like my systems
Wow.
inside the systems. And it was few seconds. But, these are all the things that we will think back and then remember those.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
all interesting, actually, very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, Madhuri, now you encourage me to say something or disclose my experience.
Please, please do. It's always good to share,
Yeah,
the
yeah, absolutely.
experiences.
I,
And we will be inspired. That
yeah,
is very
that I
important.
didn't share because in the morning session I do 6 to 9, 6 to 7 unified meditation in New
Mhm.
Jersey
Yeah.
group. I don't remember when it happened, but one time I was floating.
Whoa.
Like I'm in Padmasana, and my whole body is floating above all meditators. Meditators are sitting in the ground, in the big
Wow.
outside, something like it was happen like everybody sitting down and I'm floating above them and making round and round and round.
Oh, that's really nice, Dinesh.
Wow.
That is my, but I didn't disclose because I couldn't believe that this can happen, And that is also, it's like same body, like same, I'm same.
Hmm.
Because I was sitting on the chair right now, but I was in the same asana. I
Hmm.
was floating above everybody and not like very close. It could be, I would say, about 25, 30 feet above every.
Wow.
Nice, very nice, Dinesh.
Very
Very
nice.
good
See,
experience.
we all are scared of this fact only, like, if we disclose, if we share, what the others will think about it. Because, we still are, if we, for example, if I was like 1 year back, even I would like kind of laugh it out if someone shares this, like what they are saying and all. But now, after reading, after knowing so many things, after listening to so many shares, and experiencing most remotest part of all these things, like the thoughtless state or little bit light, seeing couple of things. So we feel that, I personally feel that all these things are possible,
Hmm.
and I cannot just shake it off when anyone says, or I cannot laugh it out. So at least after 1 year of being into this field and studying, listening to everyone, meditating, so we now can share at least with our fellow meditators and our friends without any fear of judgment कि लोग क्या सोचेंगे कि हम ये क्या कह रहे हैं. So we can easily share, and I believe to I believe to whatever people share now. I can comprehend. I can digest it. Actually, I should say that it can happen, Dineshji.
Yeah, maybe it is effect of or influence of Mouth or Babaji, because in morning we chant,
Ah,
right?
hmm.
So, and that day could be something special happen. Because I do we complete today 60 days of pyramid, unified program. And from tomorrow it is starting new chapter, new session for
Oh,
another, I don't
Wow.
know how many days, but I think you were in morning today.
who, Dinesh?
You were there in morning today in that
No,
program?
no, Dinesh.
Okay, there is
Yeah.
some name Madhvi, so I thought maybe you.
It's
Yeah,
too
there are
early
many
for me
Madhuri.
in the morning. I really want to get up in the morning, but I just not able to get up. I don't know what it is, but I'm just
It will be
listening to
5 o'clock for you.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Ah, yeah, you're Colorado. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Dinesh,
I
mind
just want to say
today.
something.
Yeah, Priya, go ahead.
You know that whatever Archana said, it was like I thought that this is my story only. I don't know what is astro travel. Today only the first class I am attending you. Couple of days back, I shared my experience with Chandra sir that I was doing the meditation. While I was doing the meditation, I saw myself that I am just in the position of while I am sleeping when I'm doing the meditation. I'm in a lying down position, but I saw myself that I was standing and I was just taking a, that moving around my body only in a standing position. So I was so scared, that after that I was like, no, I told my husband, what is happening that, and I don't want to do this here. I am really scared today only because I shared with Chandra sir that Chandra sir said, no worry to, I mean, you should not worry or be scared about it. You just observe whatever is, I mean, you should be the, witness of whatever is going on. Just you enjoy. But today I came just fortunately I just saw that it is today there is a session of this, and I try to connect after 30 minutes and I get to know that these are called astro travel. Is it? Is actually I'm correct? I mean, whatever I'm saying, is it related with that or not?
Yes, it is astral travel, Priya. Yes,
Yeah,
what
perhaps it could be. Yeah, yeah,
that is astral travel. Like when you
yeah.
can see yourself and you see others whom you know of, that is astral travel, and then you can go to places wherever you want. And the fact is, like as you're saying, this is your first class. because you had a question in your mind, what is that you are going through, or what experience you are going through. So that is one
Yeah,
of the
wow.
reason this thing came to you,
Wow. Yeah,
for you
yeah.
to come and attend, to know more about yourself, to know more about your journey.
Synchronicity. We can call it a
Yeah, yeah.
synchronicity.
Lot of synchronicity happens in
Yeah,
meditation.
true
It's
that.
like
Thank you
yeah.
so
Can I
much.
say something?
Disaji, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is the first chapter about astral travel, but I'm reading simultaneously other books, and I know the benefits of astral travel. I have heard Patriji also, like they learn lots of higher knowledge while doing the astral travels. Like they visit the gurus and all, and they get the knowledge. And I know one. I don't know. You all know about the theta healing. The founder of that, she is the Vienna Stable. She got all this knowledge about theta healing only through the astral travel that she has mentioned in her books. So it's not only the joy you get, you can get a lot of higher knowledge also by astral traveling. There are lots of benefits of it.
Yeah, true,
Wow.
very true.
Nice.
So we are in the first stage of learning how to get into astral travel consciously, I would say. But yeah, I mean, like, I think if we can do astral travel intentionally and consciously, then you can go where you want or what you want to achieve. Like as Disha said, like we can, if we want to go and learn something, like you can visit the library and read the books and come back. That is what in some of the things also they have mentioned you know
But my question is, no, at that moment we can't move our
your
body.
voice is very low, Priya.
Sorry. Other that time I was not able to move my body. Is it audible right now? I'm sorry.
Yes, yes, it is. Yeah.
But in that position, whenever you are watching that you are in a different, I mean, you're floating or you're doing, I mean, you're traveling. So in that moment, the real body is not even try to possible to move there any part. I mean, even I tried myself. I saw that it is my hands are not moving, my bodies was not moving. So it was like a different condition. When I felt it, no, it was like a different condition. You are thinking something right now. Whenever I mean, you are going to be experienced with these things, no, it will be little different.
Mhm. See, that is why they say, right? Like when you are in meditation, sit in a very comfortable position that is not, I mean, like when you sit for a longer time, your body should cooperate. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, also they say, like, sit in a comfortable position, like whichever the position it is. So that is why, like they say, I mean, like, so that you can sit for longer time when you go to astral travel or when you go and experience different things. That is why they say, like, sit in a very comfortable position. So that is what it is. So you don't move your body, your body is still. It won't move when you go to astral travel. Yeah, I could feel few weeks back, usually when I go into meditation, like when you go into deep meditation, you don't know what happens. So at that time, and I could sense very vaguely that I had a meeting with some people. I don't know who it is, but when that body, astral body, came to my physical body, that is when for a few seconds, I said, "Where am I?" That consciousness, mind consciousness came into place. Where am I? What am I doing? Then I realized, oh, I'm meditating. So that is when I got my conscious back, and vaguely I remembered that I was having, as Disha pointed out, like I don't know, maybe I was in a meeting, some place. I could feel there were so many people at I, but I could just not recollect who it was. That was unconscious going into astral travel. So that is why you don't remember. Yeah.
If we are not late, I have one a doubt. Can I?
Sure.
So in the chapter, there was some place where I was not clear, like at the page of 57, around the last paragraph. It was saying that when he said that drawback is you cannot bring anything from there, or you cannot take anything from the physical world. But after that, he has said that. Possible under some conditions, and this comes with the much practice only, that you materialize in front of a clairvoyant. But it is not easy to go a person and carry out a diagnosis of their health condition, because you really need to be able to discuss this things like that. I did not get what he's trying to say in the on the page 57. So I just read it and I couldn't explain it, but literally I couldn't get it what he's trying to say here. Like
What I understood from what you said is uh, like when we do astral travel, right now what he's telling is like you can go visit the people and come back, right? So that is what the normal people do. And I have to read that again, but from your words, what I understood is if I have to go and analyze a person, like usually in, as Archana mentioned before, we did Paramahamsa Yogananda book, I mean, like the autobiography of Yogi. In those places, like they have, I mean, like they are the gurus, they can go there and see what is happening to that person. Like if any of their uh, disciple is sick, right? So they want to go there and then they can analyze what is happening to that person,
okay,
like how we can see their aura, right?
right.
So like maybe the gurus have that capability to go and look at the person over there and see what is happening, what is the difficulty that they're going through, and then they can come back.
Is it mean like when we have heard about the gurus was just closing their eyes and they were seeing whatever was going on there? It's the same.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is what I mean, I think that is what he's talking about. We cannot do that in this astral travel because this is something that you're just going and I mean, like your body is going and coming. We can do it, but with the meditation or with the siddhis that we if we can acquire those siddhis, definitely we can do that.
Mm. Okay,
We
okay.
remember there was an instance in autobiography of Yogi when Yukteswarji asked him to come and pick up from the train station. You remember Madhvi?
Mm-hmm.
Again, he goes till the Calcutta. No, he's still there. How can he come? You know, I think that all those were astral travel. I feel
Yeah. Yeah. That's
he
an
used to
astral.
close his eye, and you remember all that instances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, those were the astral travel which we were not aware of during those days.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's true.
interesting.
Yeah, so thank you everyone, because this Swadhyaya is different. Like, I have read the Yogi book, the autobiography of Yogi long back, like around 5 years back, but I couldn't understand what, like, right now, the
It
understanding.
was the same complaint, Disha. We all face the same thing, but thanks to the group and thanks to the our group, we were able to comprehend to as much as we could. We all used to help each other, like to perceive and to understand. Yeah, it is a difficult book actually. What you're saying
Yeah.
is so right.
I,
Yeah,
I
it
have a
is.
question.
I totally agree. I mean, I totally agree with Archana because we had a great group. I mean, like very limited group, but still
Yeah,
we all shared our knowledge and wisdom. And if we didn't know, we went and found out from different people who are like whom we know. I mean, like senior masters. Like it's
exactly.
it's all the process. That is the beauty of doing swadhyaya together. Anybody can read the book, but when we have some doubts
Mm,
and when we start discussing about it, then you get into different places that will not happen when you read the book. So that is the reason that we kind of started, okay, let's do a few more books for everybody to benefit. I think this group discussions will really really help and then get a lot of knowledge from
No, sincere thank you to you, Madhvi, and to the group. Definitely, it's really helping. Really helping.
Can I
oh,
ask you a question? Or we
sure.
can even take it up next time.
Sure.
The question is like usually they also talk about astral surgery, right? Then what's
Mm.
happening in that? It's some masters are doing astral travel and coming to the people who are thinking about them and doing the surgery?
Yeah, see, when we start meditating, right, like you can feel that if there are some of the ailment issues or any health issues that we have, we will cure with the cosmic energy. See, that is what it is. And sometimes what they do is, I can't recollect the Rishi's name. He is an Ayurvedic Rishi, saint. He, when you think about him and when you get into his consciousness and ask him that, do you want to, I mean, like, that you want to heal some of your physical ailments, that problems that you have, so that's when they can come and then they can heal you better. Like if you call, I mean, like if you call Devi Saraswati, she is of knowledge, right? Or if we call Devi Durga, she's of courage. And like in that, like I can't recollect the Rishi name. He's an Ayurvedic Rishi. Maybe Patanjali is also Ayurvedic Rishi, but
Bhagavad.
there's one more Rishi. Did you say anything, Disha?
I said Bhagavad, Rishi Bhagavad. He's connected with Ayurveda.
Okay. I think
Chakra
maybe.
Samhita or somebody?
Yeah, so what they say is, like when we invite them as masters, like when you go into the consciousness of theirs and then request them, then that's when the astral surgery happens to you. In the sense, like healing process, the healing of the body is what they're saying, where they're telling as astral surgery. It's a different word that they're using.
Dhanvantri, I think, maybe.
Dhanvantri,
Dhanvantri.
correct. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any audiobook available?